This is Rate Your Life, which is an application developed to be a cross-platform application, which means it will run on pretty much anything. Some of the examples of what it can run on would be an iPad, as you can see. On the iPad it looks like it's a bit too simple for an iPad, but it will run on there anyway. You can go on the Android as well. This is all sort of simulated through CodeNameOne. CodeNameOne is just a plugin that I've included on NetBeans. It allows me to make cross-platform applications, and that is done in sort of like a design kind of interface, where I've made my interface elements here. I've customized the colors in the themes and the shapes and everything like that, everything you'd expect in sort of like design, like applets and Visual Basic. Apart from that, there was a lot of the coding can even be sort of like done within the components themselves, like sort of arranging a component but arranging it as a table, so sort of like lay out your application, otherwise everything will be all over the place. Anyway, that's not what this video is for. This video is to review the application. I'm just going to go back to the default, which was an iPhone 4, I believe. I don't know, they all look the same, just a bit different in size. Rate your life. Rate each aspect of your life below, but remember to have fun and also not to lie to yourself, with a winky face. This is sort of a simplified version of the idea I had, where the user can rate all aspects of their life, and then using like sort of, well, not complicated but logical and intelligent ways to come up with the results based on what they've selected. Unfortunately, this application and not enough time, planning and effort has gone into it for it to sort of be anything like what I'd want it to be, but it does give a good idea, almost like a prototype of what my idea was. You get, I think there were seven options, where these are sliders. They've been designed in a way where the user can put their thumb on the star and then move it. They've been sort of scaled to what I thought would be a average thumb size, but without getting it on a device and testing it out that way, it would be sort of impossible to clarify that. But basically they'd move that with their thumb, move the stars. Stars were done in Photoshop, and the blue is just to tell them like sort of what increment they're on, or if they can't see the star, but it's just a little added thing I had on there. With the colour scheme, I'm pretty happy with it. It's very organised, everything's together. Obviously you've got these white gaps here, but it wasn't terrible, seeing as when you drag it it's white anyway, unless you want to go into that sort of changing all that. But overall I was satisfied with the way it looks. Everything was customised by me, and there's little messages here, sort of give you the idea that the application isn't to be taken seriously. Like, for example, how do you travel from A to B? Your parents' unstable car, tank, rhino, and how happy are you with these arrangements? It's just nonsense. It's a bit of fun. It's just a bit of fun to be had. Obviously, you will get some people that will play it maybe and get insulted by it. Not insulted, but offended. But you know, a lot of people get offended by nothing really. You get your results once you select your rating, My rating was 0, so I'm between the category of 0 and 14. It's just all worked out based on your overall points. So the points are added together, and then whatever points you get are the results you get, which can lead to flawed results. Like I said, the need for a more logical way to work out the results would be beneficial, or definitely appropriate for the final application. But I'll get more into that in a minute. The word would be tragic for anyone between 0 and 14. Description: you are miserable and grievous to being trapped in such a pitiful existence. Your accommodation may feel condemned, as if abandoned by God himself. As you can tell, it's just nonsense. It's just a bit of fun. It shouldn't be taken seriously. Your unsatisfactory transportation might just be a step up from being dragged along the road by a car. Even the cutest little puppy could make you sick, and it is likely that you don't trust anyone and would rather isolate yourself into the pits of cynical pessimism. You might not care about your life and refuse to take care of yourself, and the odds are that you're licking wallpaper for demon points due to isolation and despair. That's just a bit of nonsense, a bit of fun. If you were to sort of score 100%, it would come up with something else. Life's rating is 60. The word would be deluded. In your delusional fabricated life, your accommodation is as good as it could possibly get, literally living your own fantasy. You probably think that your transport is blessed by the divine maker. Either that, or you're always on acid. Don't do drugs. It's a bit of fun nonsense. The loading times, there are no loading times, so it's straight to the point. There's a little option here to go back. Maybe it could be a bit clearer, because I know that usually means settings or menu, but not everyone knows that. Maybe it could come with a guide. Otherwise, somebody could get to this point and be like, now what? Although, in reality, that button would probably take them back anyway. Or at least to the home page. But then they might enter the app and it'll be at the same place. But yeah, anyway, there, takes you to the home, if you will. And there's not really much more to this application to review, really, because it's the same colour scheme throughout, which is good. It's not inconsistent. It remains the same. It looks like each page looks like it's a part of the application, opposed to going from white to black, or taking off on Earth and landing on Mars. But it's very simple. It's a simplified result of my idea, and it's just for a bit of fun, really. There's not much more I can say, so thank you, and you can look forward to my fiance's review of it.